Right guys, hello everybody and welcome to the new climbing vlog. So while we're taking a look at these warm-up climbs, let's talk about the timeline a little bit. So as you remember, the previous session we covered, or the previous vlog, we covered two sessions from the Moonboard. One was before I got sick, and then the next one like 1.5 weeks after I recovered. So that was the end of February / the very beginning of March, and since that time till March 20th essentially, because I had to go on like a little business trip, let's call it that, I was not climbing almost at all. The place where I went to, there was a gym as well, and I was planning to do some climbing on the Moonboard as well. But unfortunately, over there, I got a pretty severe food poisoning. So I was out of the game. And you see, like I mentioned during the previous video, I had a big break there. Then I went on this trip and had a super big break during this time. So here doing these climbs, I was feeling very not confident in myself, in pretty much everything that I was doing, my footwork, my hands. Good thing was that I was climbing in a different place where there's some lights on the Moonboard, so that was helpful. Also, as you can see, I was using Mad Dog Drones 2.0. For this session, I decided to give them a go, to try them once again if I'm actually able to climb in them, because I felt like they might become a pretty nice outdoor shoe, so maybe I should get used to them on a board as well. But yeah, spoiler alert, it didn't I didn't like it. I really prefer softer shoes because my precision with them, I feel like, is so better. So I'll just stick to Dragos for now. You can see that my coordination is really off. Like, I'm definitely able to reach that hold, but I can't. From the first try, I can't really do it. By the way, that hold is on, as you can see. It's actually, it's like a bug of the board. It shouldn't be on. And some of the holds here, if you see me grabbing something that's not lit up, again, that's the bug. You see, I reach it, like, it's not very difficult. Yeah, it's kind of spanny, but if not for the break, I'm sure I would have been able to do it first try, hopefully. And just overall, somehow, during this session, wasn't really feeling it, like, also mentally. Like, I wasn't really tuned into climbing, but still was able, or like was happy to do some climbing after such a long break. Of course, took off some of the benchmarks. I really I struggle with this hold, as you guys might have noticed. Just always not sure about how much I want to hold it, perpendicular to the edge of it, or I want to rotate my hand and kind of hold it from this position more, where it would be somewhat easier, but the feeling of the hold in the hand becomes worse if you rotate it like that. So this wasn't from the ground, right? Yeah, this was just an individual try of the move. I kind of missed that. I was focused on the hold. Let's see. The first moves are obviously relatively easy to do because they're on jugs. And yeah, finally getting it. You can see that there was quite a severe barn door going on. Just because as I'm hanging here, just like I explained during the previous video, my center of gravity and the position where my body wants to be for the position to be stable is around here, like I'm in it. And as soon as I grab my right hand, I engage on it and my body wants to be further to the right. So obviously the barn door happens. That's why knowing where your hips need to be and overall your body needs to be at the end of the movement on difficult movements is very, very important. Otherwise you're not going to hold it. You don't need extra swing on limit moves. And given the circumstances, given the break and how I was feeling, this was pretty limit for me. This is the climb that, again, as you remember from the previous video, I wasn't able to do. Water, please. And do the same cross, let go of the feet, and do the back flag instead, because it just makes much more sense. And you see how much smoother the move becomes. Go to the yellow one statically and just decide to bump like that. And this way, it actually feels like, what was it, 6B or 6B plus, whatever. Another 6B plus. My nemesis pinch, guys. I'm so bad at holding this hold, the right pinch. It just never feels right. It's so thin. I was thinking about crossing. Of course, there would be no way. Just bumping kinda works. But then this next one, the red hold, also didn't feel good. It feels kind of weird in the hand, kind of potentially tweaky, so I decided to let go of it for this time. This climb now. Super high foot right there. Get this one. And now this is definitely the crux move of the boulder. Here it maybe didn't look too bad, but it was difficult, and here I couldn't even hold my foot right there. You see, I was so focused on just, getting to the next jug. So as soon as I hit it, I engaged on it and obviously lost my feet. But I did the climb. As far as I remember, I flashed it. This is Tom's Flow, and I'm sorry I didn't get the screenshot of the boulder, which is 6A plus, which I did a very, very long time ago. Like I remember when I just started climbing on the Moonboard, I did this one. But this was the end of the session, and because of the break, I also felt like not only my strength overall, but my capacity for doing many climbs in a row just dropped significantly. So I wasn't even going to try this move. And here, guys, comes, let me actually maybe share with you the tip of the week. We'll actually have 2 tips of the week this time. One is called The Importance of Self-Belief When Trying to Send the Climb. And the next one, which will sound somewhat contradictory to the first, Being Confident is Not Always Good. So both of them are by Carlo Traversi. And the link, as always, will be in the description as well as the timestamps. And so now, as you might notice, the scenery is very, very different. We've got the Moonboard 2024, and we've got Tension Board 2 mirror layout. It's the biggest model, which is 12 by 12. This, at least for the time being, will hopefully be my main gym where I train. It's like you can think of it as the school room in Sheffield, but with a different Moonboard and with the tension board too. And it's my first time ever trying out tension board 2. There is nothing else, like these are the only boards that are in the room. So when it comes to climbing and warming up, of course I can use the fingerboard and various, you know, lift blocks, but I wanted to do some climbing as well. And so I'm trying out some just extra easy climbs on the tension board because everything is so new and like slick and not chalked up. Like everything here is brand new. The Moonboard has been in the place for a couple of months, but the tension board was literally installed like a couple of days before I came here. So I was really wary of the feet, especially the wooden feet. Because yeah, don't want to overload my fingers and get a foot slip on my warm-ups. So, and talking about feet, that's one of the main things that I absolutely love about tension board, and why, just like I mentioned, for the time being, I really want to focus on just climbing on the tension board, because the feet are small. A lot of feet, many feet are very poor. They require you to engage the whole body in a very particular way, in a very, from what I've heard from other people, in a very outdoorsy way. And after all of the training that I'm doing is for the outdoors. So I think in this way, tension board 2 makes the most sense for me at this point in time. If you're noticing, I'm spending a lot of time on these easy climbs, like kind of looking around for my feet especially. That's because the lights haven't been properly installed yet. So like there are lights, but they're kind of deep in the hold at this point. There are no reflectors on the front. So I'm actually struggling in a lot of instances to see where I need to go with my hands and with my feet. So that's why the climbs, each climb is taking me such a long time. You see, I'm just like looking for my feet, trying to find it. But it's okay. Like this issue will be fixed later. It's absolutely not a problem. So after these few climbs, I was like so giddy and just so excited about trying out some more climbs. So those the warm-ups were like 4A, which would be, I don't know, V2 or V1 or something. And this is my, I think, first classic V3. Just, even though it's such a simple climb, you know, I'm just feeling so good climbing on this thing. By the way, it's at this point it's at 40 degrees. So just like the Moonboard. Yeah. And so the grades that I will be, and by the way, since it's a mirror layout, why not use the mirror option, the mirror feature? So for me, I will only count the climb like fully properly sent when I send it both ways. There will be some climbs in this video actually which will be only sent to one side, and it's like kind of a send but also a semi-send. So I will try to always send climbs both ways. And so the grades that I will be mentioning in my titles, like Road to V9 or something, they will be referencing tension board grades or outdoor grades, because I hope to get outdoors, just like I mentioned, pretty soon. So either tension or outdoors. This was a pretty cool climb. This is like at the bottom of the V3 list. So even here you have to kind of swing your feet over like that, just hang only on your hands for a little bit. Overall, the climbs, the difficulty feels sort of in between Kilter board and Moonboard. It's easier than Moonboard. It's definitely harder than Kilter. And also, just like many people mentioned online and some people that I climb with, they mentioned that starting from like V9, for example, feels very similar to outdoors. And overall, the grades are, they're also kind of all over the place within the category, within the grade. So first 6A and last 6A or V3, they feel very different in difficulty, but you know, they feel somewhat like outdoors. This climb is not really from the classics. It was just created by one of my climbing buddies, and he wanted to force a campus here at the end. Although he also called it V3 because the holds are nice, but it's a required campus, so just did it for fun. Here we go with V4 at the end of the list. And let's just see how I do. So let's move from this little wooden crimp. It's in cut, but also another feature of the tension board, there's a lot of really in cut crimps. They're pretty small, but they're very in cut and very positive, which you don't get that much of on the Moonboard. So I wasn't used to like really engaging, you know, like having this steep angle. The climbing buddies that I was climbing with on that day were trying this V8, which is one of the first V8s in the list, so like a softer one, of course. So I decided to give it a go with absolutely no intention of sending. I just wanted to feel the moves. But so far, as you can see, it's like going pretty well. I get to this super bad foot. Very bad foot. Yeah, that way, the way I just did it again, pushing against the pinch was almost like a campus. Didn't feel good. Here I optimized the start a little bit with that back step right there, boom. Trying to climb faster. The foot is so bad, guys, like you've no idea how bad it is. It's not facing the right way. Still was able to get that one. Do like a bicycle. Just need to get this final move. And I get it just with the tips of my fingers. Swing the feet over and lock off and just match. So just like that, I was able to do a V8 on my first day on the tension board, which again, it probably shows that V8 is not my limit, but again, for the sake of being accurate, since it's the hardest climb that I've sent so far, it is my limit. And once again, it's one of the softest V8s on it. Like for example, this 7A plus, which is V7, right? I couldn't even really do the moves. Let's take a look once again. I'm barely holding on. Yeah. And here I'm trying layaway once again. So V8 layaway, mirrored. Because I want to send it in both directions. The start feels pretty consistent, I want to say. The foot is just so bad, guys. It's facing to the side. You're trying to somehow claw into it, but you can't. And here I just felt like I didn't have enough strength to hang on the right hand and reach for the next one. I'm trying once again. Some of the moves, especially like mobility wise, they felt more difficult to this side. Like that big step through earlier, for example. Trying to keep my foot going for it. Bicycle. And I just feel like, yeah, I can't, like, I'm already powered down. It was the end of the session. I decided to give a go on the Moonboard, just, you know, to feel the holds. It's my first time trying 2024 version. This was 6B plus, which is the easiest grade on this model, on this version. And felt a little easier than 2017. Like some of the holds are they're like juggier, but not really, but you know, maybe more comfortable in some ways. Kind of a mandatory jump if you think about it to the last hold right there. On the easiest V4. So this was the end of this session. So we covered the one where I came back from the trip and from being having the food poisoning, and this one with trying tension board for the first time. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care and keep climbing.